Without Springer in the fold now, how important is it to get deals done with both Michael Conforto and Francisco Lindor?
Well, certainly, you know what, if you'd signed Springer, that would put some question into whether you could park a lot of money into both Conforto and Springer. I think now with both Lindor and Conforto going to be free agents at the end of this year, those numbers are going to be expensive. I mentioned this, a couple of weeks ago. Lindor is going to be close to $300 million, I really believe. And Conforto, if he has, a good year and he goes out in the free agent market, you're going to be comparing him. We'll be comparing him to what Springer got, or even more than that. So I think it's incumbent on trying to pick off one of those if you can before spring training. The likely one is Lindor. Conforto is represented by Scott Boras. He never likes doing deals, or very rarely likes doing deals before the end of the term in the contract. So you might have to let him go out to free agency and negotiate that way and to try to bring him back. But I think it does, to the point that Anthony brought up, does give you that flexibility payroll wise to do both of those guys. And they're both really talented players, obviously. So you're going to do everything you can to keep them.
I mean, the extension thing is a great point, Jim, because from a fan level, you just think of acquisition, just collecting for the 2021 season. GMs can't afford to think that way. I mean, they have other pieces down the line. They have to think 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line in building a team. And these are mega deals coming up for Lindor, certainly. I mean, this is a guy that is expecting $300 million in his next contract. And Conforto, who knows where he's going? He's going to be a very expensive player. So they have to budget money out, not just for this year, but for what extension these guys are going to take in. And that's why you're not seeing them go the distance for Springer, or maybe even a guy like Bauer, who's kind of fallen to the wayside a bit. They have to start kind of guarding against Lindor. Sure, he's in the last year of his deal now, but they have to think much further ahead. They have to keep this guy, and it's going to cost them a lot of money to do so. So you have to think, you can't think of the checkers for 2021. You have to think of the chess plays for much further down in the future.